Simple.
Okay.
What you say you're going to do, if you don't get it right, tell them you didn't get it right.
Okay.
Clean it up, right?
Exactly.
So exhausted.
Fluids.
And, oh, he's on? Great, okay.
What are we looking for?
Josh is on the stream.
Hey, Josh?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, I just heard him. Did I hear Josh? Yeah. Fantastic.
Yep.
That's fine.
He doesn't want to show the whole audience himself? Come on, Josh, show
We
everybody.
appreciate that he's here to vote. Okay, cool. All right.
Okay.
If we can please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. We're gonna make sure we do this properly. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
All right. Agenda. Pine Mountain Club Property Owners Association, Inc., Board of Directors Emergency Meeting, Tuesday, September 30th, 2025, 3 p.m.-ish, Condor Room. Members are free to speak on a specific agenda item when the board chair calls for discussion on that item. If you would like to bring up a topic that is not listed on today's agenda, the appropriate time to do so is during the members' open forum. This meeting is being recorded to provide access to members and to aid the recording secretary in preparing the minutes. To ensure a respectful and constructive environment for everyone, we kindly ask that all comments be shared in a courteous manner and remain free of personal, argumentative, and disruptive remarks or gestures. Thank you for helping us maintain a positive and inclusive space for community dialogue. Call to order. Joshua Arman.
Here.
Mark Bailey. Absent. Candace Bennett.
Here.
Madison Bauerf. Here. Sean Coulter.
Here.
Okay. Nicole Gates is excused. Randall Gates.
Here.
Andrea Schoening.
Yes.
And Douglas Wild. All right. Adopt the agenda. Resolve that the agenda for the Board of Directors emergency meeting of September 30th, 2025 be adopted.
Second.
So we need to actually amend this agenda today. It came to our attention this morning that our contract with our auditor from this spring was not actually signed by the board. So we need to add in a second resolution here to approve the Griffin Group CPA for fiscal 2025 audit and tax preparation. And we will do that after our insurance resolution.
Okay, I second that.
Okay. Hold on, taking notes here. Any questions? All in favor of amending the agenda?
Aye.
Great, thank you all. Okay,
You're going to have to help me with that when we get there.
that's fine.
Okay. Let's see.
We can jump to new business.
Yes. So Director Randall Gates.
Since you asked.
Mike, please.
Oh, sorry. I, Director Randall Gates, move the adoption of the following resolution. Resolution 010930, 2025, to approve renewal or replacement of PMC POA insurance policies per the attached schedule that are due to expire on October 1st, 2025. Whereas the PMC POA insurance agent has prepared the attached schedule of insurance policies that are due to expire on October 1st, 2025, and that require board approval before the renewal or replacement of such policies can be executed. The total premium,
Mike.
numbers have changed. I need my new numbers. Thank you. We've been a little bit of a fire drill here. The total premium of $587,585 represents a pretty insignificant, less than 0.1% increase over the prior year, which is pretty impressive. The agent actually did, one of the reasons,
We wanted.
sorry, yeah, I'm doing the resolution. We'll do that later. Thank you. Resolved that the PMC POA Board of Directors approve Resolution 01-09-30-2025, approving the execution of the October 1st, 2025 insurance policies per the attached schedule. Be it further resolved that General Manager James Williams has signatory authority to execute the insurance policies per the attached schedule on behalf of the PMC POA. If the General Manager is unavailable, the Board Chair, Candace Bennett, is authorized to execute the insurance policies on behalf of the PMC POA.
Second.
Great, thank you. What I just want to clarify here, for the technicality of our agenda, we amended this resolution to add these dollar amounts.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. So a part of the kind of chaos for today was twofold. One, we started this process of requesting policies about 6 weeks ago with our insurance broker, and there is a hustle kind of in the 30 days out from an expiration that our broker is circling these policies and then going back and negotiating heavily with these carriers. So there was a little bit of misunderstanding from my part to his of how the board approves these, because in the past, these were done also last minute, but done in executive. And even last year, for those of us returning to the board, we didn't do a special meeting for exec to do this. So we're not entirely clear how things in the past were being approved by the board, because it seems from our broker that this is a standard kind of seasonal hurry up and rush and get it done last minute with all these carriers. So we now know going forward that every year we will need to have basically a standalone insurance approval meeting in this time frame here with our expiration date to approve all our insurance policies. It's not going to land appropriately with our kind of mid-month board meetings. So that's on our radar now. We know that going forward. The huge benefit to the last few weeks of our broker being able to negotiate all of these is a savings of over $47,000 for our insurances. That's huge. So our resolution highlights that the increase from last year was 0.1%, $630 was our insurance increase from last year's. But if our broker had not really hustled the last 3 weeks for us, just the rate of insurance increases year over year, if he had just sent us the policies and the renewals as they came in and didn't really do anything on our behalf, we were looking at a $47,500 increase. So big kudos to our broker and his work the last few weeks, and also for our staff and team kind of wrangling our understanding of this last minute and being able to pull together a quorum on a Tuesday afternoon and not lose our insurance coverage. So we learned a lot in this process. We saved a lot of money in this process. And the only consideration right now, just to further our discussion at the board level here, we have the option of including terrorism coverage in all of this. It's a difference of about, what is that, $6,000 roughly. The tricky thing with terrorism, or just kind of the classification of terrorism, is it's determined an act of terrorism by the government. It's not if we have some, our property gets graffitied or something, we can't call that terrorism. It's a specific act that is deemed terrorist by the government. So last year, when we had our renewals, the board at that time had also decided to not include terrorism for the additional charge. That's a consideration this year. So this resolution, again, is putting forward the recommendation that we don't include terrorism coverage in our insurances. Any questions on that or any pushback on that.
Yeah, so you're saying the government would have to say that it's an act of terrorism.
Correct.
Would that be local government or federal government? Or state
Doug,
government?
you want to speak to this?
Terrorism,
Use your mic, mic.
there's something called the Terrorism Recovery Insurance Act where the federal government will indemnify above a certain level. So yes, it has to be deemed an act of terrorism by the federal government.
Okay, thank you.
The examples that our broker gave, 9/11, the Boston bomber, stuff
Right.
like that, obviously directly affecting PMC.
Gotcha. All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. All in favor of our October 1st insurance policy renewals totaling $587,585?
Wait.
Yes.
Do we want comments from the audience? if
Oh,
there's
sorry.
any?
Yes. Any member input on our insurances, please come to the microphone. And I appreciate anyone online who's listening today and our members here in person. Thank you, guys. Can you adjust your mic?
Yes,
There you go. I think so.
Don't think so.
I don't know if it's hot.
Hold on.
Sorry, Paul. It's not
It was one hot. It's,
Maybe you can take.
Or afternoon, let's put it that way. Hey, lot track number is 3402307. Again, thank you very much for convening this.
oh, we had it. Oh,
No, it's for, come on over here.
just come
Come to us.
join the table.
Come, sit down, relax.
I'm Mark
Can't get
now.
back up, though. Now you're on the board.
No, thank you.
Get suckered in here.
Point of clarification on this, you made a comment on the terrorist. Did he clarify if a crime, you have crime coverage, and if that is deemed a terrorist act, and you do not have that coverage, does your coverage for the crime coverage overtake that? Or do you lose your crime coverage if in fact it was determined to be a terrorist act? I would just ask that to be clarified. The second point that I wanted to make, and you can, if you know that already, put your hand up. Let me go on over there.
No, I get it. Totally understand. Thanks for being flexible.
Whoa, you can hear me now. Yeah, well, I just wanted to see if you had that item covered in crime, since we're not going to pursue that terrorist, and if it was determined a terrorist activity, like the LDS Church was hit by a car, and that's likely to be determined to be either a crime or not. So it'd be good to get a clarification on that. The second thing I wanted to bring up was James. We talked about FMEAs, keeping accurate records of how often certain incidents are happening, workman's comp claims, vehicle claims. You have a list of several insurances that, if you're not keeping track of these events, how can you make a good judgment in a database, historical records, where you're getting hit mostly with incidents, where you're not? That would be very good to do in terms of FMEAs, follow-up, record keeping, and things like that. So I look at things like crime, auto incidents, earthquake. We had an earthquake. We really didn't get hit very hard, but you've got maximum coverage on that. So FMEAs look at the frequency, the severity, and the likelihood. So an earthquake is very severe, but not very frequent. Okay? Whereas crime, auto incidents will be very likely to happen, but not a high dollar amount. So you need to balance that in your insurance coverage. And taking a look at this on a review basis, you could have that information available for annual October review for insurance coverage.
Thank you for bringing that up, because one thing we want to be doing, again, we spoke to this last month, looking at all of our contracts. It was not, the timing right now didn't work this month, but we want to be looking at what are we having insured? Is it appropriately being covered? There's I would say, a loose kind of assessment of like, what maximums, coverage, all of that that's happening. But we would like to take a deeper dive into, okay, what do we actually have? What are we asking to be covered? What threshold? Because I don't believe we've done that recently.
No.
So that's something we want to be doing before we get into next year's renewals. So that is now on our radar as well.
So larger companies typically are self-insured, so they have to keep track of these things so that they can keep the incidents down. They have programs focusing on those things that are higher, lower, or very severe. So I would encourage adoption of some of those techniques. You don't have to be a full-blown system, but take a look at historical records, where we really need some improvement. I talked to James about this. The workman's comp would be one area we could do some improvement on. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay. All in favor of renewing our premiums? Again, the amount is $587,585. Do I have everyone's vote? Okay.
Aye.
Josh, are you still on?
Josh?
Yes.
Awesome. Great.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you,
Thank you, Josh.
everyone. Okay, so then we have, would you like me to read your resolution for you, or do you want to read it from my computer?
I will
Defer-
accept your gracious
Okay.
offer and we'll take it from there.
This is the second resolution for today. I, Director Bennett, that's my name, move the adoption of the following resolution on behalf of Director Gates. Resolution 0209302025, approval of Griffin Group CPA for fiscal 2025 audit and tax preparation. Whereas Griffin Group CPA has audited and prepared the PMC POA tax returns for the past 3 years. Whereas Griffin Group CPA has provided an audit engagement letter indicating that the fee for the annual audit and tax return preparations will be $18,250. Whereas management has recommended retaining the services of Griffin Group CPA for the fiscal 2025 audit and tax return preparation. Resolved that the PMC POA Board of Directors approve Resolution 0209302025, approving the Griffin Group CPA audit engagement letter dated April 24th, 2025, and the related fee quote of $18,250. Further resolved that General Manager James Williams has signatory authority to execute the Griffin Group CPA audit engagement letter on behalf of the PMC POA. If the General Manager is unavailable, the Board Chair, Candace Bennett, is authorized to execute the Griffin Group CPA audit engagement letter on behalf of the PMC POA.
Second.
Thank you. Do we have any comments from anyone?
I just wanted to, this was dated back in April of this year, and there were numerous errors in the engagement letter, and then those got corrected, and then in the past, the two gentlemen have flown out here to meet the directors for the director training, and we said, listen, Zoom is fine. So we reduced, I think, about another $1,000 off the fee, and just had them show up via Zoom, because, I don't know why anybody would want to fly from Florida to California for the June meeting.
A 30-minute,
but,
yeah.
It was more than adequate on Zoom. So, again, somehow with all that back and forth, the board at the time, it was not approved as it needed to be, and George brought to our attention, it needs to be.
And we were thankfully already meeting. Otherwise, would have called another emergency meeting.
Woo!
Okay. Any questions from our members, comments from our members? Fantastic. Sean, you have a comment?
Are we going to be looking at all contracts this year?
We will be looking next year with our auditor. We wanted to get through the whole sink debacle, button that up,
Okay.
revisit it next year.
That's pretty much what this is about, was because of sink and because of the debacles that we had from last year's.
Yes.
We're now being, we were red flagged, and that is,
We do an annual audit.
This isn't IRS related.
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
this is not the.
No, this is not IRS.
Oh,
This is our annual audit, so this is an annual
I-
process.
Okay.
We are a little behind right now, just
see.
because of all the legwork it took last year to get us back to North Star and cleaned up from sink. So there's that.
Got it.
This is an annual process with our CPA.
All right, with that being said, is this price of $18,000, is that like a average, normal price for something like this? Because I wouldn't really know.
That includes tax preparation. I'd say it's within the range.
It is within, okay.
That's
And,
very reasonable, yeah.
And
It
to
is.
add to that, George and I talked about the need to have a more authoritative audit firm available instead of this firm in Florida, someone that when we say, hey, there's an issue on reserves, they can weigh in and say, yes, here's where the lines are.
All right.
And we don't have that with this firm. But then George said appropriately, let's wait a year before we make that decision because we got too much to train new auditors. You bring new auditors in, it's a lot of extra work.
Okay,
So it was a smart move. They're okay, they're good auditors, they're number crunching auditors, they're going to verify the expenses and all those things. I just don't think they have the association level of experience that we need going forward.
okay.
So we'll have an RFP
But we are,
going out.
George and you are comfortable with what they've given us?
For what
this
they
year.
do, they're good enough, but I think we need something a little better going forward. But we decided to take a breath and not add to George's workload right now
Yeah.
and get this one done, and then next year take time and assess more maybe regional, local firms that have, again, some greater recognition in the industry and who can be a resource when we have technical issues, not just audit issues.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. All in favor of approving our auditor for 2025? Josh, do I have you still online?
Yeah, aye.
Great. Okay. Okay, Madison, a hot second here.
We're skipping all the way to adjournment. The next regular open board meeting will take place on October 18th, 2025 at 10 a.m. in the Condor Room. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
We're good to adjourn.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, so
Everybody,
much
have
for
a,
the hustle.
An exercise.